Drivers were always very much singled out for as a prime target by the enemy because obviously they were carrying ammunition and fuel and food, and so they obviously to try and stop those supplies getting to the front line, the drivers were very often quite a prime target. So the story about my grandfather is quite interesting because he was in the field, and a German observation balloon spotted the convoy of horses because of the reflection of sunlight off of the horse brasses. Apparently it was quite a sunny day, and the sun hit the horse brasses and reflected back, and the German observation balloon saw the signal and sent that back to the German gunners, who basically started opening fire and started shelling. Unfortunately, my grandfather and the convoy were blown off of their horses. One of the horses sustained major damage, was very badly wounded by shrapnel, and his other horse, Dolly, was okay, but my grandfather picked up the ammunition off the very badly injured horse, put it onto his own back, and he continued with Dolly across the field into a wooded copse area, them into cover, tied the very injured horse up there, and carried on back through the enemy fire back to the trenches, dropped all the ammunition off, and then said to his commanding officer, "We need to go back to the woods because one of the horses is still there and it's very badly injured, and there's nothing we can do to save it, but it needs to be, put out of its misery humanely. So, we need to you to come back." Apparently, drivers didn't carry guns, which is why I think they had to have a commanding officer come back and would have to shoot the horse. They started back towards the copse where the horse was, and the commanding officer, under very heavy fire and shelling that was continuing all around them, basically ran back to the trenches. My grandfather was so determined that his horse wouldn't suffer and to sort of be left alone and to just die a slow and painful death. He continued on towards the copse, got the horse and managed to lead it back again through very heavy fire to the front line where the horse was obviously humanely destroyed. And all of this was actually witnessed and seen through a French infantryman's binoculars. And he then wrote to my grandfather's commanding officer and told him everything he'd seen, and as a result my grandfather was awarded the Military Medal for Bravery.